That's when my father yelled, "Where do you think you're going with all these secrets?"
The police! You're about to get busted.
But that's when the police broke in and they stopped them.
Get him, Carl! How's it going, friends? It's your boy RobertIDK here, back on another track, aka story. My YouTube analytics called me and told me that there's a new story for us to watch. You guys seem to love it when I watch these crazy, cringe-tacular, wacky stories. So we're gonna do it again. We're back on My Story Animated. Very nice face mask. And I saw this title and it looked like a real doozy. I hid under my parents' bed and I saw everything. First of all, why would you hide under your parents' bed? Second of all, ew. I don't know why anyone would hide under their parents' bed. Everyone knows that that's where the monsters hide out, but we'll probably find out the answer to that question when we watch. So, here we go.
Hi, my name is Ezra.
Ezra.
I have two older brothers, or should I say, had two older brothers.
Ezra, why are you looking so sad? You've still got 5 slices of pizza left, homie, and a sippy cup. Is Ezra really drinking from a sippy cup?
Had two older brothers, since they are no longer living with us. I had no idea where they went, and my parents refused to give me a straight answer.
What? That's not normal.
When I ask, I always get, "They went to stay with your grandparents," or "It doesn't matter anymore, they're gone."
Dad! That's horrible! Dad! I'm your son, Ezra. I deserve a straight answer, Dad.
I remember the last time I saw my oldest brother, Matthew. My father and him were having a big fight. The next day, my brother disappeared. His room was empty, and my parents acted like everything was normal.
Yo, they ate them. They ate the brothers. No wonder why Ezra hides under his parents' bed, because they're sacrificing brothers at night.
And when I asked about Matthew, they said he'll be back soon, but he never did.
He'll be back soon, but he never did.
Talented, brilliant.
This is how you know this is a real story. This is how you know someone actually submitted this story, because the grammar is just impeccable. He said he'd be back, but he never did. But they never do!
The same thing happened nearly 3 weeks later with my older brother, Adam. Except that there was no fight with him. He was just here one day and gone the next.
What? Magic picture frames! There's some evil afoot in this household, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I kept asking what had happened to them, but they just kept avoiding the entire conversation. I didn't understand why they wouldn't answer me. I just wanted to know.
Yo, Yo, come on. Family photos, you have one job, Dad. You can't give us a smile for the family photo just once. Oh my gosh, he looks like a demon. Where did their blue eyes come from? Neither of them have blue eyes. We got black eyes of death and brown red eyes of Satan. Where did these beautiful blue eyes come from? That's why he killed them. He's not their father. He's not their real dad.
I missed my brothers, and while I was trapped in my own head wondering what could have happened to them, I started to notice something else. Were avoiding me, like I didn't even exist. I would walk into a room and they would stop talking, or abruptly start a new conversation, or even a few times, they would simply stop what they were doing, get up, and walk out of the room.
These are the worst parents ever. They hate their kids. They hate their kids. They killed 2, and then the 3rd one they haven't killed yet, but they already hate. My parents would never. Is it 'cause they regret naming him Ezra? Were they like, Ezra's such a stupid name. Mary, why didn't you name him Carlos like I suggested? I wanted Carlos!
After my second brother disappeared, I decided that was it. I want to call the police, but when the police arrived at our home, my parents managed to convince them that they had no other children but me.
What?
I even showed them fake documents that stated that.
What? They got fake documents. Okay, they're trying to kill this kid. That's horrible. This is sketchy.
And they also claimed that I was crazy. The police believed them and left. I thought that after the police left, my parents would tell me something, anything. Get mad for calling them or react, but again, they did nothing.
These parents are androids.
Felt so lonely without my brothers. I sprawled out on my bed and stared at the ceiling. I had to figure out what the hell was going on. I thought of a plan. The only way to figure out what was happening was to what my parents were saying while they were alone. So the plan was that I would sneak into their bedroom and hide underneath their bed before they went in there to go to sleep.
So you can hear their demon rituals. The demon rituals that they recite to make their children disappear and create fake documents. You wanna see a demon ritual? Look at how this guy moves under the bed.
Hide underneath their bed.
That's a demon power. You can't do that as a normal human. Okay, no, now I get it. Now I get it. Ezra's a demon, and all of their children have been demon spawned.
And I would just sneak out after they fell asleep. Seems foolproof, right? Maybe this way I could get some answers about what was going on. Later that day, all three of us sat at the table and ate our dinner in silence.
They're all happy?
Which is how every meal went for the last month or so. Nobody looked at anything
They're
other
all
than our
happy?
plates.
These are sociopaths.
After I finished mine, I excused myself and went back to my room and waited.
After my meal, I snuck into my room and I tried to watch as many RobertIDK videos as fast as I could before my parents would notice.
Good call, Ezra. I highly recommend that. And I bet he hit that bell icon too, didn't he? Did Ezra hit that bell icon? I bet he did. He wants to watch every video. He wants to be with us every time. He's trying to join the notification squad for RobertIDK. I don't blame him. We're a cool gang. We're a cool bunch.
They always went to bed at the same time every day.
2 p.m.
So I knew it wouldn't be hard to get in there and into position under the bed before they came up to go to sleep. It was almost time for my parents to come up to bed. So I crept into their bedroom, being sure not to creak any boards that they might hear downstairs, and crawled underneath their bed. It was a tight fit. The air was thick with dust, and after the bed skirt was down and in place, the darkness was absolute. So I waited, and waited, and eventually I fell asleep. It was weird they didn't come to bed when they normally did. But when they did finally come to bed and my father climbed into bed,
Who walks like that? This is the walk of a demon ritual master.
I could hear them talking, but it was the end of the conversation. That would definitely work, my mother said, sounding happy. But I think we should try something a little less drastic. What in the hell were they talking about? Yeah, you're right, my father replied. We'll try to figure something else out. I heard the sound of a quick kiss.
Ooh, smoochie time!
The bed creaked as my father got comfortable. And then there was nothing.
Got comfortable? Shame on you, My Story Animated. This is a wholesome YouTube channel. I shall not. I shall not defile my channel with this adult content.
After I knew that they were asleep, I quietly made my way out of the bedroom and back to my room. Lying in bed, I tried to figure out what they could have been talking about.
Killing you.
The next day, I decided that I was going to hide underneath their bed again and not fall asleep this time. When I got under there and they finally came to bed, they never mentioned anything out of the ordinary.
Well, the lasagna tonight was really something special.
I was going to figure this out and didn't care.
Out? Is this dude Canadian? He's gonna figure this out? He's Canadian.
Thing out of the ordinary.
Out. Out.
Out. Got under there, and they finally came to bed. They never mentioned anything out of the ordinary. I was going to figure this out and—
Out! He's saying out! Is My Story Animated Canadian? I'm gonna find this out later. If you are Canadian, I'm on your side now, Ezra. If you're Canadian, I want you to survive this. I don't want you to be smited by the demons.
didn't care if I had to crawl under there every single night until I could find out what was going on. I just needed to know. This went on for close to a week before they mentioned anything relating to whatever was so drastic.
What did they say?
We could always just ship them off to a military school, my mother said as they walked into the bedroom. That could work. Wait, is this where my brothers went? And I know that you don't want to do anything as drastic as what happened before.
What happened before, Mary? I gotta know. I gotta know what happened before. The suspense is simply killing me.
I like him more than I like the others.
The others? Your children are the others? I can't imagine. I simply cannot imagine. This is horrible. Are these real children or are these androids? Who says the others when talking about a child they carried in their stomach for 9 months?
Yeah, but we can't keep doing this. It's draining us out. I felt my father shift his weight above me. Listen, get some sleep. I heard the kissing sound again. Try not to think about it.
I will try not to think about that, Ezra. I will try not to think about what just happened.
After I got back to my bedroom, I tried to piece together what I had heard. My parents did something to my brothers. I don't know what it was, but I was starting to get the feeling that they weren't staying with my grandparents like they said.
Yeah, do you not have your grandparents' phone number? You have no way of contacting your grandparents? Who doesn't have their grandparents' phone number? No, you know, he's probably using all of his data watching RobertIDK, so he can't phone his grandparents because he used up all the data hitting that bell icon. Thanks, Ezra.
The next few nights were uneventful. And they didn't bring anything new up, but something weird started happening. My parents were being nice to me. I found both of them staring at me with a smile on their faces and their eyes lost in a daydream. They would get up and leave the room, and I would be left with a...
Yeah, no wonder you're creeped out. Look at how they walk. Look at how your parents walk, dude. There's something wrong with them. They don't have elbows.
After nearly 2 weeks of hiding in their bedroom, I still had no answer. When I got home from school, I was surprised to see a birthday cake waiting for me. My parents then said, "Happy 18th birthday." I was confused. My birthday was in 8 months, and they knew it. I started asking questions.
Oh, because once you're 18, we talked about this in the last one. Once you're 18, your parents don't have to watch you. They're making a fake birthday document so that they can say that he's 18 and kick him out of the house. Because you can't kick a 17-year-old out of the house legally.
I started asking questions, and they said that they forgot to tell me that I had always celebrated my birthday on the wrong date. I was beyond disturbed. And then I saw a military bus arriving. My parents handed me some bags and said that they had prepared this surprise for me, that I was going to join the military school. I said that I wasn't going, but then 2 huge men got out of the bus and they came to grab me inside. So I ran. I ran as fast as I could down the street. I ran and I ran till I couldn't run anymore. I sat down on the curb and looked down the street in the direction I came. No one was following me.
That was the first military test. Can you outrun the military boys? You're officially in the military, Ezra. Congratulations. You've passed the running test.
He asked what I was doing here. I could have told him that my parents were evil.
What the? Was this a necessary shot? Look at this. Looks like a kawaii desu face. Look, here's the eyes and here's the smile. Let's just pretend that that's what we're looking at, because otherwise my story animated, you've gone too far. It's a kawaii desu face.
I could have told him that my parents were evil and they were planning to get rid of me like they did with my brothers, but I knew the police would believe my parents like they did last time. I don't know what's got me, but I decided to run from the police too. It just felt like the whole world was against me. But of course, the police caught me. I was taken into
Police are
investigation.
faster than the army boys?
They said that I was acting suspiciously because I refused to cooperate. But then they wanted to call my parents to come pick me up. I started crying, begging them.
The cop just picks up the phone. Ezra's mom, come pick him up. I'm scared.
That's when I started talking. I told them about everything that had happened with me. About my brothers who
Expose
disappeared.
these awful parents.
And how my parents had all the fake documents needed to get away with it. That's when the police decided to open up a secret investigation to see what my parents were up to.
And then the police officer hid under their bed. Continued in part 2. Well, I'll hide under your parents' bed, Ezra. No, that's not what I meant, sir. Now, Ezra, it seems there's a problem, and I need to go under your parents' bed to investigate. You're not going to like what you see.
And I had to cooperate with them. The police started looking into my parents' records. And to my shock, the records stated that they had adopted 3 boys 17 years ago.
Adopted. That's why they have the blue eyes. I told you guys. This is not biologically accurate. And I guess one of them had blue eyes and then they turned into brown eyes. Is that possible? Is that possible, you guys? Leave a comment below. Look at how cute he looks. He looks like a little doll. I understand getting rid of this one. This haircut's kind of whack. But look at this boy. He looks like a little emo boy. There, he looks like Maddie Healy. Look at that. Look at that. There's a little Maddie Healy right there. Little emo boy. We love it. We love it.
The boys' names were Jacob, Jasper, and Eddie. I was confused.
They changed the
and it started
names.
to make sense. These boys were me and my 2 brothers. But these were not our names.
They changed it so that they could mess with the records.
The officer then said that the 3 brothers were born in the same month, which was super weird. I thought that my brothers and I were different ages. Why haven't they told us that we were adopted? And why they changed our names and birthdays? I was baffled.
To get away with the murder!
The police then asked me if I could help them discover more. That's when they offered that I go back to my parents' house
And hide under the bed again.
and wear a wire under my clothes.
House, you hear this?
That's when they offered that I go back to my parents' house and
House, this dude's Canadian! I love you, Ezra. Heck yeah, dude! Is my story animated from Canada? I need to find this out, because this makes me happy. I'm Canadian, in case you didn't know, in case any RobertIDK noobs are in here. I have nothing to say. I don't know why I put my finger up.
I didn't hesitate, and I said yes. The next day, I wore the wire, and I went knocking on my parents' door while an undercover police car waited outside.
That's not an undercover police car? Ezra, you know what an undercover police car is, right? They don't look like normal police cars, you silly buns. They look like cool boy cars. And then they have the lights underneath, but you don't notice until they turn on.
When my parents opened the door, they were surprised to see me. I went in, and then I started asking them questions. I told them I knew about the whole adoption thing, that they lied about our ages and our names, and I demanded that they come clean. Both of them seemed surprised that I had found all of this.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're gonna expose themselves.
They started arguing with each other, how they had it under control until they went too easy on me. I interrupted them and yelled, "Just tell me the truth."
I yelled at the top of my lungs.
Just tell me the truth.
Just tell me the truth.
Yeah, you really let him have it, Ezra.
Just tell me the truth. Just tell me the fucking truth.
That's when my father, with his angry tone, started shouting, "You were so stupid not to figure it all out all of these years.
Out!
Your two brothers knew years ago."
Oh my gosh, he turned into a demon! He turned into, This is scary. Whoever animates these is scary.
Then he told me with anger that yes, we were adopted. They had only adopted us to get social and income benefits, which their lawyer had set up. Actually, they had made off of it $250,000. Their plan was to let us go as soon as we turned 18 without exposing their illegal adoption. That's why they tricked one of my brothers into working abroad, after they sent him an email claiming to be a known company. And as for my other brother, they lied to him and said his real parents were millionaires who live in South Africa, and now he's out there looking for them.
2 demons. Horrible, horrible. This is horrible. I hope these parents are in jail. We've got 40 seconds to throw these parents in jail.
The plan was to send me off to the military and cut all contact with me and move to another country. They have scammed me my whole life. Tears were running down my cheeks. I wanted to get out of there.
Out.
But that's when my father yelled, "Where do you think you're going with all these secrets?"
The police! You're about to get busted.
But that's when the police broke in and they stopped them.
Get him,
After
Carl!
that, both of them got locked up and the police closed down the investigation. However, I'm still searching for my brothers, and I hope I'll find them one day.
Oh my gosh, the video just ends there? Oh my gosh. Ezra, did you get some of the money at least? This is like is this a happy ending? I don't think that's a happy ending. Ezra, I'm sad. Ezra, you can come live with me. I've got an extra bedroom. Well, actually, I've got my bedroom and then this room. So if you want to sleep in a room of nothing but soundproof foam, you could live here if you want. You could sleep on my couch, Ezra. It's probably better than the horrible turmoil that your parents put you through, if that is their real name. Parents. All right, Ezra, I hope you find your brothers, and I hope I find my will to live by watching a happier animation next time. Anyways, these are fun to do. I'm enjoying them. If you want to see more of them, please let me know, or just watch the video, and if the video does well, then I kind of know that I should keep doing it. Anyways, you guys, as always, I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.